Okay guys, the last goal for today that we're trying to do for this Nearpod is to evaluate a function. And we saw that definition over there. Evaluating a function from a graph is just about finding its y value when we know its x value. So we just have to read this graph. The first one asks us to find f of negative 2. F of negative 2 says to go over when the x coordinate is negative 2 and then find the y coordinate. So I'm going to go over to where the x coordinate is negative 2 and then count how far up I have to get to the y coordinate. Positive 2. F of negative 2 equals positive 2. Save the easiest one for last, okay? The next one says f of 15. Well, that gets a little bit different, right? F of 15. 15 isn't on my graph. But because of this arrow, we know it's going to stay constant. It's going to be the same line by the time I got to 15. So if I get to 15, wherever it is, I know I'm going to have to count up 1, 2 to get to this line. So f of 15, that's just also 2. Okay. The last one I asked for, the trickiest one I guess, is f of 0. F of 0 says go to where the x coordinate is 0. Well, that's right here at the origin. And then we'd have to count to where our graph is. But that's kind of tricky, right? We could go up to 4 and get to this one. Or we could go down to negative 4 and go to this one. Ignore that. For us, and this is what we talked about a little bit in class, we want the colored in circle. The colored in circle is inclusive. We're including that value in our explanation, in our graph. This one, we're including all the values up until that, 3.99999, but once we get to 4, it actually jumps down here to this other point. So if I was going to evaluate f of 0, I would go down to negative 4 to get my answer because that's an inclusive. We're including that one. So f of 0 equals negative 4. All right, moving on.